I think a lot of problems today are the result of people being insufficiently surgical in their condemnation of things they don't like. People are too broad in their criticisms, and because of that, a lot of people that they don't intend necessarily to paint with a brush of critique, they end up doing so. They end up insulting them, perhaps inadvertently, and that makes them angry. And because of that anger, it ends up just rebounding on the person issuing that critique, that insufficiently um, precise critique. And then it's just a circle, just a cycle where everyone ends up fighting amongst each other when they don't necessarily need to. If people were just more precise in what they were trying to say, and there's often situations where you want to criticize the specific behavior of a specific person or a specific group of people, and it's all too easy to be overly broad. It's all too easy to just make blanket statements and generalizations, but by doing so, you risk tarnishing a lot of people, and you risk making enemies where you don't need to. Whereas if you were just far more specific about what you were trying to say and who you were trying to criticize, then you might not make any unnecessary enemies. You might not rile people up unnecessarily. And it's not to say that always works, but I do find that it often works if you try to be very specific about what it is you have a problem with. If you try to be very specific in your criticisms of people and things and people's behavior and whatever, it can help prevent a lot of misunderstandings. People take offense very easily, and they get upset over any perceived slight against them. And so if you aren't very precise and very exact, very surgical in what you're criticizing, you might end up making it seem like you're going after more people than you really are. And if you do that, then you may well end up making many more enemies than you needed to. You may not even need to make any enemies at all if you were being precise and surgical in your criticisms.